So welcome to day 3, boys and girls. Delighted that you can be all here again today. So again, I'm just going to recap again who I am. So I'm Louise. I'm the founder of Cleotic. Cleotic is my own Irish brand of modelling clay. It doesn't stick to clothes, carpet, hair. So whatever you make, you get to keep. It's an air drying clay. That's the difference with it. So little characters, all the characters we make, and hopefully they're drying day on day, and you can keep them forever and ever. So it's an air dry and clean clay, and that's why the parents particularly like it. So again, welcome. I'm delighted that you're all here today. I think I've got around 29 participants, so I'm delighted. Just to recap, so yesterday we made the Loch Ness Monster. Ta-da! So it's dry, mine's quite dry, so that was one of them. That's my second one, okay? So I hope yours turned out well. I'm not muted now, no, I'm okay. And then this is the little fairy pixie we made yesterday as well. So mine's actually dried quite well. And again, I don't know if I mentioned yesterday, but there should be a little sticker underneath there that you take away and you can stick it wherever you like, maybe on the dashboard, wherever you want to stick it, it'll stick, okay? So I hope you're happy with yesterday's creations, and I hope you're happy enough with the pace. I'll try to do my best to slow down so that everybody is able to follow me, okay? Now, again, what we need for today are these, two tubs marked number 3. It's gold and silver today, predominantly gold and silver. It's my metallicalized metallic range, and just be mindful as well, just for parents that are out there, there's a little bit of gold and silver will come off in your hands, but it won't stick to, it won't stain your clothes or anything, so don't worry about it, just a little bit of metallic on your fingers. Just be mindful of that. So if you could open that just while I'm talking here. Again, we have our 3 tools. These are essential for making the little parts of the characters, so you always have them with you. And then this is the amount of clay that I have left over. So I've quite a substantial bit left over, and I'm making twice the amount of characters of you because I do a one before and then I do one during the actual tutorial. So you should have quite an amount still left. So it's important to use that as I'm using it, if you know what I mean, and not just be making your own things. I know maybe some of you kids are, but that's why I supply it. It's part of the tutorial kit. Okay, so today we are going to make these little characters here. Wait till I get it. So a little moving mechanism. So this is a knight. I did mine like a lady knight. One of them, just girls, if you want to do yours ladies, a lady knight, you can. And boys obviously can do their own little version as well. So you can choose whichever way you want to do it, okay? It's just the hair is slightly different. It's just up to you. And then we're doing our jewelry tutorial today. So we're going to make a little ring that's supposed to be like a shield, okay? Like that. So that's the ring. And then we have earrings as well. So I'm kind of keeping in the theme of mythological in a way for the jewelry. It's just kind of little goblets, for a banquet. So that's what I'm doing today. So those 2 little rings, earrings, and then the ring. So that's our second part of the tutorial. I'm going to set them aside, and I'll keep those actually there just to give you inspiration, because that's our first character is our knight. So you want to open the one with the moving mechanism. So the one with the moving mechanism, okay? Yeah? So please open that. You open them up, okay? And let's get clean, okay? So I'm going to bring this down. The most important thing that you see are my hands, okay? Now, so once we've opened them up, I'm going to go through obviously the basic shapes that we've been doing for the last few days. I do it every time I do it in real life workshops. I'll continue to do it. It's just to give you just the reassurance of the shapes that we need to know to make anything from Cleotic. So can anybody tell me out there, what is our first shape? Let's see if I can see the comments. There is no earrings in my set. Okay, well, Abby, if there's no earrings in your set, I'll send them out to you, okay? Yeah, ball, very good. But you can make the components and we'll insert them. I'll send you on the little ones, so don't worry, we'll just make it and then I'll resend you on the little components. Good, whoever said that, Sophia Duff and Carmen, hello, Carmen, good girl, it's a ball. So yeah, into the ball. So I do mine in the palm of my hand. Whatever you feel comfortable with, boys and girls. I'm sure you're well able for it now. So that's the ball. That's the most simplest of shapes. And you want it as wrinkle-free as you physically can. I'm actually going to go back and just freshen up this peachy color. And then roll it in the palm of my hands. Okay, so then you have the ball and then you decide where the halfway mark is for our second shape, which is a droplet. Good, from Sophia Duff. Yeah, excellent, good girl. So over like that, find where the halfway mark is and you roll over and back gently, over and back gently like that. So it's droplets, it looks like a teardrop or a raindrop. Yeah, so you have a fat bottom and a skinnier top. Now, the third shape is, yeah, very good, good girl, Carmen. Yeah, a sausage. So over and back like that, over and back. So that's the most simplest of shapes. And we're going to be using a lot of these sausages for our little night. Okay, so they're the three shapes. Once we know them, as I said, you can make everything and anything from chaotic. Now, so we're not just going to use the peach color at the moment. We're going to open our container again, and we're going to take out silver. So that's a silver I have. You may have a little bit less, you may have more, it's fine. So take out the silver and take out the little component and put back the peach and the brown. Remember, turn the lids up upside down. So for our night, the body of the night, we're going to take a little bit away, take around this amount away. I'm going to show you now, so don't panic. So I have around this amount, this amount for the body of the night, and we just want to keep a little bit aside, just a little bit. That might be too much for the helmet. So that's for the helmet, even less than that, boys and girls. That's going to be for our body. The bigger part is for the body, okay? And I'm just setting the little bit we're using for the helmet underneath that tub as well, just to get it out of the way. Okay, so we have all our bits needed, and we're going to roll out a selection or a variety of sausages. I just want to show you. So around this amount of clay here, okay? This amount of clay, and we're going to start rolling our first sausage. So over and back, and you see the metallic, it's a little bit less stretchy than the other clay, but you just want to go nice and smoothly with the palm of your hand over and back, because you're going to start off with the base. See that there? The base of the actual moving mechanism. So over and back like this, over and back. Okay, and then once you're happy with the length, so I've got mine around that length. Again, there is a little bit of stretch in it, so don't panic if it's not exactly the right. You'll be able to pull it, so to be able to get the right amount. So look, see the way I'm doing it all under the base. Yeah, and then we're going to press it in just so that it adheres or sticks a little bit better. So once you have the base done, that allows all the other little sausages to stick to that. Like that. Okay, so try that yourselves there. Try that there. Let's slow down, palm to everyone. Okay, it's just a sausage. See? And then we wrap it around. I'm just going to give you a minute or so just to do that, to feel comfortable with that. Oh, hello, Kira. Hello there. Yeah, perfect. That should be, you should be able to do that. There's, you know, and then we continue on doing a series of sausages. So again, whatever amount you have, we'll just do it bit by bit, okay? So I'm going to use this amount again. So I'm going to hold it up to use around this amount, okay? And I'm going to roll out a sausage. So over and back, over and back. Again, there's an element of stretch to it. So if it's not exactly, if it doesn't fit all the way around, you can stretch it. So don't worry too much about that. Okay, so I'm slowing down now, yeah. It's just a series of sausages. Over and back. Okay, over and back, nice and slow, nice and slow. And then once we're happy with the so I've got around that amount. See the way it's turning my hand actually metallic-y as well. So don't worry, mams out there. I know some of you would be concerned about the mess, but it won't stick to your clothes or it won't, you know, contaminate anything. So just like that. And then we're going to wrap it around. Oops, no. So there's my second sausage on. And again, see the way I didn't, it's not gone all the way around. So I'm just going to pull it, just pull it and it'll stick. Okay, just put, you know, just stretch it like an elastic band and it'll stick on. Okay. And then we're going to go with the third one. So around this amount, I'm going to take this amount. Yeah. And then we're going to go into a sausage again. Over and back, over and back. We'll be perfecting this shape, won't we, by the end of the day? Okay, over and back, over and back. And then wrap it around. And again, don't worry if it's not, because even like, look at me, I didn't get the right amount, but I just pull it with my tips at the end, pull it around, okay? So another little point here, boys and girls, see this mechanism here? Please don't put too much clay around there or it'll just prevent you from able to wind it up, okay? So just be mindful of that. Keep a little bit of a gap there. Now, so I've got 3 on. So he's looking quite good, isn't he? Yeah. Now, the next sausage bit, I'm going to just take around this one. Oops, oops, oops. So around that amount. And then over and back, nice and carefully and considered, nice, even sausage. Okay. And again, I don't know if this is going to color or be complete, but I can just pull it and it'll go around like that. Okay. Up there, up there. So the joint are, my joint are kind of, are all, well, they're not equal, but they're in a similar area. So all my little joints are equal. Again, just to make it a little bit more professional, like that, move them out of the way. And then over and back, like this, for my third one. So I took, oh, sorry, I should have showed you this. I took around that amount. Again, use the side now because you'll be able, this is our 1, 2, 3, 5th one. So we're flying into a ball and then over and back like this for the sausage. Now, and then round and around and around like that. Okay, and see the way I have actually gapped there. So just push it up. If you have any gaps, just try and stick it together, okay? Just so that, you know, there's no white of the actual component or the little mechanism shown. So just make it nice and tight. So many of I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6th one, I think, and I should be okay. So again, putting them aside, take around this amount. Okay, and then over and back, and wrap it around. And wrap it around. So I'm happy enough with that. Usually might be actually better than mine because I've got a gap there, but I'm going to rectify that. I'll show you how to do that now. So we kind of got all, it's actually like armor there, isn't it? So this silver was to illustrate, you know, that the knights wear armor. So it's looking quite armory now. Speed up, please. Okay. I can only go at a certain pace because some people tell me speed up and some people tell me to slow down. But Ciara, if you want to just cover it all, if you know what I mean, you can go ahead and cover it all now. So, and then this little bit here, is the blank. So I'm going to use a ball and I'm going to flatten out the ball and put it on top. So that should be it all covered. Like this. Okay. Now, so I'm hoping everybody's at that stage. Yeah? No, okay. So Pam to everybody. So no, Pam, you're not up at that stage, okay? So we'll just give you a few little, a minute there just to get to that stage. So look at all the bits are wrapped and I'm just a little bit conscientious there because I've still got gaps. So I've been bold, I've still got gaps. So I'm just going to make sure all my gaps are all closed in by just pushing them all together, okay? And again, the side mechanism is there. Okay. And everyone's speed up. Okay. Now, when we are at that stage, I just want to point out, so Pam, you keep going ahead there. And I just want to make sure that everybody, so if you can see this, because sometimes I always do them back to front, which isn't good. So you just have to be mindful of the direction of the feet, okay? So that'll show you obviously where the head will be, the head facing out, okay? Just be mindful of that. Now, I'm going to keep that. I have a lot of extra silver here, so I'm going to put that away. And then everybody get their peach out. Everybody get their peach out. Let me set you out of the way just for a minute, everybody can see. So we're going to stretch and we're going to fold here. We're going to stretch and we're going to fold. We're going to stretch and we're going to fold. Okay, so this is the little head section. So can anybody tell me there the shape? Well, yeah, but tell me the shape first, and then I'll just tell you what we have to do next. Anybody have the shape of the head? What shape do you think it'll be? A ball, a droplet? A ball. Good, 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 good. Very good. You're all paying attention. So yeah, it is a ball. But see, I'm going to take enough because you want to remember what you did yesterday, the nose for the little pixie / fairy. We want to take enough away. So we want ears and we want nose and a little hand. So that's going to be the amount for the head. And this is for the eyes, not the eyes, the ears, the nose, and the hand. So be mindful of that. This is a larger bit for the head. That's a smaller bit for the other little parts of the head and the hand. Okay. We're going to use a bigger bit now and roll it into a lovely ball. So you want it wrinkle free as always. Because again, we're here to make good little models and that's why I'm here to facilitate you and to help you along, okay? So you want it wrinkle free as possible. I'm actually comfortable doing mine on the palm, sorry, on this here, just the way it's working. So I'm happy enough with that. And then I go just to put a little bit of extra pressure to get some of the wrinkles away. I'm putting it in the palm of my hand. Okay, so something like that. Little ball like that, nothing too big, nothing too small. We can compare it to our body. So look at that and that. Now, again, using this essential tool here, I call it remember the eye socket tool. You're going to position where the eyes will go. So we have the head. I'm using the smaller part because this is a small little model head. So we're going to indent here and we're going to indent here. So this is where the eyes will eventually go. Okay, so using that tool again. Now, I'm going to just give me that. So you want to take, I think I'm going to go for a nice little delicate nose for mine. So I'm going to take its tiny little bit away. You can go for a big nose, you can go for any size nose, but nothing too big. I'm going to go for that. Sorry, can you see? Yeah, that size there. And I'm going to position that, nice circle, then, you know, or a ball, and then insert it in like that. Okay, so that's the nose done. We have the eye sockets done. And then we're going to do the ears. So the ears are going to go this side and this side here. So the ears are just, again, from yesterday. We did use yesterday, yeah. Well, they were different yesterday because they were pointy for the little pixie. So we're going to do two, take around, because you want small little ears for this guy. So I'm going to go this amount here, okay? And divide it into two. Into two, so a ball. And then into two, because remember when you're making eyes, ears, legs, arms, always go for a bigger amount of clay and then divide it into two so that they'll be equal. So roll it into a ball. I'm actually going to use my black tray because it'll just give you a little bit of a better vision. So here. like that. So 2 balls. 2 balls. Okay, so it's simple. 2 little balls. I'm going to use this tool here. I'm going to position, well, we just stick, we're going to indent a little hole into it like that. Okay, and then we're going to position it on. So look at it, looks like a little character now, doesn't he? And the other one. Again, you don't have, you can give bigger ears, you can give smaller ears, whatever you're comfortable with, or whatever way you want to design your character. Like that. And then you stick it on to the opposite sides. Ears are usually in the same position. Like that and like that opposite. Remember when Chaotic was Play-Doh? Very good. Yes, I do. That I was many years ago. It was called Play-Doh when I started off initially. So there we have ears, eyes, nose, and then the other ear. Now we're going to use this tool here. So this is a very important tool as well. I use it a lot, as I said, when I make my own creations for the smile. So you indent it in. So I'm going to put it up to the camera and you're going to indent it and smile her up. Yeah, so just that she or he looks happy, whatever way. You could do sad, but let's go happy. Yeah. So we're doing good. We have the eyes, eye sockets, we have the nose, and we have the ears. So the next part we're going to do, so we get this container out, and we're going to get the white for the eyes, and we're going to go, actually, I'm going to go with the color here, which is blue. Oh, sorry, brown, the brown that I supplied. So only tiny, yeah, well, the brown is going to be for the color of the eye. So sorry, we'll start with the white first. So white and a tiny bit of white. So I'm going to just show it to the camera now. So we're talking tiny boys and girls. So see, nothing too big, it's tiny. I'm going to put it there so you can see. It might be a little bit too big, but I'll go with that. You can go a little bit smaller. Okay. Now, so into a ball, and then we're going to half that, like this, and you're going to roll it into a ball. Oops. I'll just use this. Okay, so I'm going to do that again because mine dropped. So I'm going to use half. So into a ball and then into 2. So 2 eyes for the eyes, okay? And then roll that into a ball and then stick it in. So it's very tiny. You stick it in like that. And then the next one into a ball, flatten it, and then stick it in like that. So that's our eyes. Okay, so if you didn't put the lids on properly, this is a little point here to Sarah, is it? You can actually add a little bit of water and just work it back into it, and it'll become fresh again. Okay, so you can add a tiny bit of water. If any of you forgot to add or to close the little lids and it dried out, you can just add a little bit of water and work it. Like, remember the way I stretch and fold? So you can work it over and back, and you can stretch and fold, and it'll gradually go back. So don't be worried about that. So there we go. We have the brown. I'm going to take a tiny wee bit of brown, put it on the white there, and I'm going to cut into 2. So we're going from the color of the white of the eye. I'm choosing brown because it was in the packets for the hair as well, but we do it for the eye as well. A little bit of brown and a little bit of brown there. Okay, my white maybe was too small, like that. Okay, now what you need next then is, this is a little bit detailed. So if there's young kids there and you're happy with your eyes, or if anybody's just a little bit behind, you don't have to do this stage. This is just a little bit of, just a bit of a finish to it. So we're going to do the pupil. So remember, we went from a larger white, smaller brown, and we're going to go tiny, tiny black. Can you even see that? Tiny bit of black. Okay, so we just go very tiny with the black, and then divide it into 2. And then put it in the middle if you can. Okay, if it's too small, or if there's young kids out there, you don't have to do it. Okay, just be mindful. I'm just doing a little bit of detailed here, just because we're all here to learn. Okay, perfect. Now, so the next bit of the little character we're going to do is the hair. So with the brown, now some of the brown, you just stretch it and fold it and stretch it and fold it. Okay. How I did my brown hair here, I rolled out a series of sausages. For boys, you can do it less longer. Shorter is the word, isn't it? You can do it shorter. I just went a little bit longer for my hair here. So whatever, again, you feel comfortable with. I am going to just get this out of the way and we're going to start our strands of hair. Now, if there's any peach or anything left over, just put it underneath the tubs. Okay, so I would go around that amount for each strand, in and around that amount. But again, you can use your own professional judgment there. So I'm just going to go, how many strands did I have? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So around, we're going to go around 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm rolling the balls first and then into sausages. 4, 5, 6. So again, around this size, everybody, this size. Now, okay, 4, 5. And then roll it into strands or sausages again. So we're all very good at the sausages now from the silver. So keep going. 1, 2. So this is the hair we're doing, just to get over it, just to have to make sure that everybody's hearing me. So this is for the hair of our little knight. 3, 4. So I'm just going to hold them up to the camera so you can see. So something around that length, because we're not going to do the whole top of the head because he's wearing his helmet. So just be mindful of that. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then have I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got an 8th one. So we might need more anyway. So I'm just going to line them up there just to show you. So I've got in and around that amount. You can go more, you can go less, and you can do your own little style of hair. If anybody is able to do that, please do. So I'm happy. I'm just going to go look at. So look at, this is the back of the head, everybody. This is the back of the head. So you want to put it behind the ear first, and then go from that ear to the other ear. So I've left, imagine him a little bit bald, so because the helmet's going to go up here, so you don't need to cover that with brown. So 1, oops, 2, 3. So I'm going to hold it up. So is everybody okay with that? Okay. 4, 5, 6. I will need to do more, but just to show you what we're doing, and we'll go back and we'll make more strands. 4. There we go. So look at, I'm going to put him up a little bit higher. So try and get as even as you can, just to, you know, so that all the kind of the bottom lengths are even. And then see the way I have a gap there? So I need to go back and make more strands. So it's not a big deal. I'm going to position his little head there. And keep going with my strands. So I need another around 4. So 1, look at it again. I'm using my strand on this size. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So over and back like this, sausage, 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 and then add it on. So just, you keep doing that there. And okay, yes, it is. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Oh my God. That's Kira. Okay, yeah. And there we go. Over and back like that. And over and back like that. Now, so is it this? Look at, I've joined it up. I've joined it up. I've joined it up, okay? And then I'm just going to do a final one here because there's a slight gap. So if you have any gaps, just add a little extra of the hair to it, of the strands. Okay, so mine's actually looking, it's quite long. So let's show you. Look like that. And remember, he has a bald patch, or she's her bald patch, but we're going to hide that next with her helmet. Yeah, is everybody okay? I hope so. Now, the next thing, so we still have some of our silver aside, and we're going to roll it into a ball. So sorry, around that amount. It might be too much, but I'm going to, if it's more or less, it doesn't matter. So it's around this amount, approximately this amount. And then we're going to roll it into a ball, nice and carefully into a ball. And then we're going to take this finger here with my thumb, and we're going to insert a little impression, a little hole in it. It's like almost a pot. See, I'll do it and I'll show you again, so don't panic. So you want a hole in the middle. Like that. See, like that. There's an indent. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. And then that's the top of it. Okay. That. And so you can stretch it if it's too big, or sorry, if it's too small, you can stretch it out. So it's like that little shape like that. Okay. Now I'm going to just get my head here, so don't panic. Just you walk around that. Just try and make it as like a bowl. That's what you're kind of after, a little bowl. I'll put my hand in it there just to give it a little bit more of an indent, and then sit it on top. You want it to cover the ball bit. That's the main part, main criteria. So put it like that and like that. Like this. So look at, I'm sticking it on the ball patch. So it's like a hat on top of the head, and you can pull it down like that. See, I'm gonna hold it up to his now. Yeah. So let me just look at this. So you continue on doing yours. I need to see mine as well, just so I'm able to concentrate. Yeah, okay. So like that. I'm gonna hold it up now. So that's kind of what you're after. Now, again, in our pack, we would have had some blue left over, which I do. So I just want to get mine is over here. From our intro set, we're going to use the blue. So what I'm going to do, we're going to take, it's this part, I'll just show you next what we're doing. It's this part here. So it's the helmet protection part, this bit upright here. So this shape, what I use to make this shape, you're going to have to listen up, boys and girls, now. It's called a double droplet. So you take just a small amount of blue. So I'm going to hold up to the camera now, just don't panic, around that amount. So it's a very small amount. So keep the blue aside, but you only need a small little bit of the blue. So you roll it into a ball, and you're going to do your droplet. So that's obviously, we've perfected that. So that's one bit of the droplet, yeah? But this is called a double droplet. So you go on the other side and you do the same on the other side. Okay, so you're left with a shape, something like that. So can everybody practice that? It's called a double droplet. It's quite a difficult shape to use. It's good, it's kind of for more advanced model making. It's just a different shape and it's a little bit more advanced, but it's just a double droplet, okay? So try that. Or any shape you can achieve, please feel free to use it, but something in around that shape, and then flatten it. That's the kind of shape you have for the shield of the helmet. Yeah? So I just want to measure. And again, I'm going to be able to stretch it. So I'll come back to it now. I just want to make sure it's in around this. Yeah, it's okay. Mine fits okay. Again, if you want to stretch it, you can by just pulling out the two little tail ends. Okay. Now, so we're going to use this tool here to make the little impressions on it. If you can see up there, I use my tool to make those little slices. So this is, again, this tool here, that's very important. We're going to slice, slice, slice. I will hold up to the camera now, so don't panic. like that. So we're slicing it in. 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 And we're slicing it in. Yeah? Okay. So you just do that there for 1 minute. I'm still with you. Yeah, good, 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 good. And we're going to then, when we have that slice done, we're going to put it upright like that. And then bring it down. Bring it down, bring it down. So something like that. Okay. So we have the little shield, we have the helmet, and we have the head done. So we're doing good, boys and girls. You're doing very good. So this is a little bit trickier with that different shape, but I'm sure you have perfected that by now. Okay. Yeah. Are we happy? Good, 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 good. Yes. So just to give it again a little bit more definition, we're going to I put a little emblem on it. So I put a little feather on it. So this is feather, I used my red. So can everybody get your red out? We're going to open it now. Okay, so this is the feather. So again, this is a very tiny little bit of red. Look at, so tiny. This is the feather in the cap, literally, okay? So it's a small little bit of red. We're going to roll it into a ball. And then we're going to put it into a droplet. So into a bowl, see how tiny it is? Get them out of the way, and then a tiniest little droplet, and then flatten it. So look how even that looks like a little feather almost. See the feather is a tip up here. And we're going to get this tool again, and we're going to insert down, and we're going to do our impressions on the side. Or sorry, our little slicing, okay? So you might be able to see that. So it's slicing on each side of the feather. Right. I'm just going to put it on my tray here. So just 1 minute, don't panic. I'll show you now what I'm doing. I'm going to grab it up there. Okay. So there, and then you're going to slice up the way, up the way, up the way, up like that. Can you see? Yeah? Now, so that's the feather to go onto the helmet. So I'm holding my feather like that with my tool, just to give it, just so that it's easier for me to then put it onto the little hat. So we're going to go up and behind. So in and around, just up there. You can put it wherever you want, whatever position you want. Okay, I hope you are getting on okay there, boys and girls. Now, and then if you want to just do a little circle, just to give it, you know, the way the little knights have kind of emblems and symbols. So I'm just going to do a little ball and put it in the center of the helmet shield. So look how tiny the red, I'm using red, tiny little bit of red, putting it back down here, getting this tool here. You can stick it on with your finger, but just for me, I'm just using that, and then dab it in the center, just to give it a little bit of design edge. So he has a feather in his cap and he's got a little emblem. Okay, so I'll just let you do that for 1 minute while I check the comments here. Okay, right. So we have the body. We have the head. So I'm hoping we're all kind of at the same stage. The face, we have the smile, we have the nose, we have the eyes, we have the little ears, and then the protection section, and then the little feather as well. Okay, so we're going to actually attach our little head on. So just again, I have to just do this first, just so I can see it. Yeah, and I'm just mindful of the position of the little legs. So I have to put them up like that, in like that. So like that. Yeah, he's looking good. Now the next thing we're going to do is our arms. So again, I'm going to use the blue. So I'm going to take around this amount for the blue. okay? Roll it into a ball. So remember, it's 2 arms. So we're going to divide into 2, yeah, just so that the arms are going to be equal. You don't want one arm longer than the other. You want them as equal as you can. So a ball of around that size, look at, I'm holding it up around that size. And then you're going to cut it in half. So you're going to have 2 equal arms, okay? So the arms then, like yesterday, are extended droplets. So I'm going to use one first, and I'm going to do my droplet. I'm just going to roll out a little bit more so it looks as if it's longer, a longer droplet, see? Like that. And I'll just put on my hand like that. Yeah, and do the same for the other side. So you have to pay attention just with the arms. So into a ball and then a droplet over and back like that. Like that. So you want them as equal as possible. Mine are quite equal, which I'm happy about. I'm just going to check and see how I did mine. Yeah. Now, let me just see. Again, I'm just going to turn it to me first, and then I'll turn it to use. So arms are going to be like that. Yeah, like that. So, yeah. Now, just before we do anything, remember yesterday we did it as well. We insert a little hole just to make it a little bit flatter so it's not too roundy. Like that, using this tool here, actually the smaller one might be better, and indent a little hole so that it's not too roundy at the edge. So I'm holding them up again, and I'm going to put one arm, because one arm's going to be holding a little shield, so we don't have to worry about the actual hand. Like that. Okay, so again, I'm turning it around to myself. Just do that there, and I'll show to you what I'm doing. Okay, like that. Yeah. Okay. So then the next stage here, what I did, I made my own little shield. Obviously here, this is the section now we're on. So I'm going to stick with the black. So if you want to choose maybe another color, if the black is whatever situation it is, but I'm going to go with the black anyway. So let's just go with the black for now, and then roll it in. I'm going to you don't need that amount, a great amount. Again, it's a small little amount, around this amount. I'm going to hold up the camera, just don't panic, around that amount. Okay. And then again, always start off with a ball, as we know by now, into a ball, into a ball, into a ball, nice and carefully into a ball. And now the shield is basically, it's like a droplet, but we need to kind of square off the top. So that's okay. We're going to do the droplet first, over and back like this, and then flatten it. So that's the shield basically nearly done. So it's a droplet flattened, like that, okay? And if your top is a bit round, you want to square it off. So put it on the table, and you can use this little knife here and just tip in the bigger part so it's nice and flat. On all those sides are flat. Okay. So that droplet is used in so many different design parts of this. It's just integral to know. So over and back like that, over and back like that. And you can point it if you want. Okay. So then the next little thing, I'm just going to coordinate this hat here. I'm going to use just a little dot in the center for the shield, just to give it a little continuation. So a little ball of red. So again, tiny bit of red, remember, tiny bit of red into a ball, and then put it in the center like that. Okay, I am mindful of time now. So so if you want to, at a later stage today, you can outline that like I did, but I'm happy with it for now anyway. It's quite complete. So I'm going to keep that on this hand here, and we don't need a hand there because you're not going to see it. I'm just going to keep that one like that. So as if she has her shield out in front of her, or he has his shield out in front of her, like that. Now, this is the only parts that we need the little hand for. So again, you should have a little bit of the peach left over. And if you don't, you can give it gloves. If you have another color, in your pack, don't worry too much. So into a ball. So the hand is again, very simple, like the pixie yesterday, like that. Oops, and we have to stick it on. Okay, so that completes our first little character. Okay, so everybody happy? Great job. Okay, so that's great. We're going to then open up our next one there. Very good. Yeah, so holding them up, done. She looks like, well, I made mine into a guard, so she looks quite good. I'm hoping yours are similar. Set aside. Now the next thing here, this is our three little, this is the jewelry section. And we're going to take it out and it's just gold and silver. So we're going to do a ring first. Okay. So a ring, I decided I was going to continue on obviously with the theme. So I'm kind of just doing it into a shield again. It's like a shield ring. So we'll take out the gold, or take out the silver. I'm going to do mine silver. So I'm going to bring this down again for the second one. Get rid of you. Let's do that. So with the ring here, you can take around this amount. And then we've made the shield before, so it's just a recap on the shape that we made for our knight. So around that amount of clay, nothing too much, nothing too less, around that amount. It was important with the ring. So you have your ring, okay? And we're just going to cover it all with this for now. Cover it, okay, because it's the back I want to show you. There. So it's the back, you impressed it in, and you wrap, just get a little bit of the silver around the actual ring. So press hard into it and then embed, just to wrap the clay around the silver part so that it'll dry, it'll adhere to it when it's drying. So that's important, like that. But can you see? Okay, so wait, Brenda came to everyone. Oh, okay. And I'm gonna just hold that up. So what I did, I put all the clay on, all that silver amount on, and I just wrapped it around. It's just you want to be able to put the clay to the back so that it embeds to the silver part a little bit, okay? It'll dry all together and it won't fall apart. So you should have something like that at the front and it just a little bit covered at the back, adhering to the silver part. So this is the shield section. So I'm going to put it down here. And you're going to nip it. So you have a little bit of the silver there. You're going to nip it down like a shield for the bottom part. Look at it. I'm just nipping it with my two fingers here. Nip, nip, nip. Okay. And then on top, you can go straight at the top if you want. Yeah, well you do because it's shield, yeah. So you can go straight. I'm going to use this tool here just to define it a little bit. So that's okay, that shape's okay. This shape here, I just need to flatten it out. Okay. So something like that, roughly, it's like a shield. But we're going to outline it with gold, just to give it a little bit of definition. So you're making gold and silver rings today. Did you ever think you'd be doing that today, like that? Now, I'm just going to pull it. You can pull it up if you can just get the shape of a shield. Yeah, or if it's too complicated, you could just do a little circle. It's just a ring. It's, you know, we're just trying to show you how to do a little bit of simple jewelry. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to get is our gold. So this is the first time we've used our gold. So it's nice as well. It's metallic. And you're going to do a sausage. So I've taken around this amount for the sausage. Oh, sorry, I've taken this amount as a bowl of gold. So we're nothing too much. And then roll it into a lovely little sausage. You can get these out of the way. Into the sausage, you're just outlining the shield. You're outlining the shield like I did there. Outlining that. Okay, so over and back. Hips over and back, over and back, over and back, over and back. And again, you'll be able to stretch it, so don't worry if it's not the full size. So I'm going to outline it like this. Outline it like this, and you can pull it. So I was a bit bold. Mine's not exactly, yeah, but it'll stretch, so you'll be able to wrap it around the edge. Okay. So it's just basic little shapes, sausages, droplets, balls, and then it turns into something wonderful. Okay. Now with, I'm going to stick with the gold just to make it more kind of exclusive looking. And before we do, we're going to get this tool here again, the smooth side, and you're going to do it into 4. 1, a little slice down there, slice, and a slice across. So it gives the illusion of a little shield, doesn't it? I'm going to go put pressure on it, boys and girls. Put pressure because it jumps back. Right. So I'm just going to put it like that. So see, that way. I'll just hold it up. Okay. And then we're going to just decorate it with a few little circles, flattened little balls just in the 4 corners, just to give, you know, the way that the shield usually has little emblems. So again, just small amounts, nothing too big. So look at the black I've used is tiny, tiny. So into a ball and then divided into 2. You have 2 and then 2 again. So that's 4 little sections for the emblems of the shield. So again, into a little ball, 4 little balls, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then we flatten and we put it on each corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 little dots, just to give it like a protection. So this is like the protection ring. And I'm just going to put a mindful of the back. So put a little bit of pressure if you find it coming off. Like that and that. Okay, and then just to give it a little bit, you can just indent a little hole there, just to make sure they're nice and firmly in position. So I'm using that tool. You don't have to do this, but just for me, I'm just going to want to make sure it's impressed in. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So you can imagine like a knight or someone wearing that, couldn't you? That's that little ring done there. So I'm just going to leave that aside. And remember, don't put that on until tomorrow or the next day because it won't stick. Basically, it'll just fall apart. But as the time it shrinks and it adheres to the actual silver. So the next thing we're doing are the earrings. So the earrings again are very simple. From Brenda. Okay, Brenda came to everyone. Okay. So the next little thing, I am conscious of time, but I did my design for the rings and earrings quite basic so that, you know, we'll be able to complete the activity and no bother. So again, we should have some silver, we should have some gold left. So I use mine, so this is my little basic ones here. So these were, I was trying to give the illusion of goblets. So goblets are little drinking vessels used in kind of medieval banquets, you know, the big feasts they used to have. So I want to kind of use that kind of an idea. And it's simple enough for us to be able to, you know, to be able to do. So I've got I might actually go with, I'm going to go with the gold. Whatever you feel you want to do the main goblet with, you do. I'm going to go gold. So I'm going to take, so whatever color you choose, the main vessel part. So around that amount. Look at it, I'm going to hold it up like that. So gold or silver, whatever you choose, into a ball, and then divide it into 2 because it's 2 earrings, obviously 2 goblets, you want them to be even. Now, and I was a bit bold there, that's not even, so I'm just going to add that and that. You wanted them to be quite exact. Okay, that and that. Are the earrings suitable for sensitive skin? I would have quite sensitive ears and they don't affect me. Like I've made some in the past and they're fine in my ears. And as I said, I would be quite sensitive. So just be mindful of that. So 2 balls for the little vessels. Okay. And it's light as well. So that's the wonderful thing about Cleotic. When it dries, it's very light. So they're very comfortable to wear. So over and back, it's going to make droplets. So it's a droplet. So for the vessels are just droplets. See? One. And then you flatten the top of it. So it looks more like a drink. Like, you know, the way when you're drinking from a cup or a glass is a flat top. So like that. Okay? And the same for the other one. So into a bowl. And then over and back like this. So into a droplet and then flatten. So flatten those two. So that's kind of things what you should have. You could have them a bit smaller, you could have them bigger, whatever you find you want to do, that's fine. So we're going to leave them up like that because that's going to be the main body of the little vessels. So the next thing we're going to do is get our silver, the opposite color you use for that. And we're going to do the bases. So tiny little bits of silver or gold, whatever you're going with. And it's going to set you out of the way just for a minute. So around that amount, that's going to be for the two. So into a ball, and then we divide it into two for the base. So it's this part here we're making, this part here, the base of the vessel. So slice it into two, and this will do the base. So into a ball, flatten. Into a ball, flatten. And then join it up like that. So that's the base of our vessel, and the other one, and the base like that. So you have two little bases like that. Done. Now set them aside, and we're going to do the rim of the cup. So look at, that's the little rim. So basically it's a sausage, very simple. So I'll show you. I'm going to go with silver. You may go with gold, whatever you want to do with your design. So I'm going to take a little bit more, right, that amount, and again, divide into two. That'll do our two vessels. So flatten it, or into a ball. Whoops. Get your tool, this tool again, and then half it. And then two sausages for the rim of the vessel, for the rim of the vessel. And again, just to point out, don't be wearing these today because they'll all fall apart. You have to give it a few days, okay? Now, over and back like that. So around that amount, for this, that length for the sausages, okay? And then you're going to wrap it all around the base. So wrap it around the base like that. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not the base, that's the top of the cup, isn't it? So you have the vessel body, you have the base, and you have the rim of the vessel. Okay. And the same for the other side. Sausage around that amount. Well, I've used that amount. Again, you can stretch it. I don't think mine's going to cover it, but I'll be able to stretch it. Stretch it. Like that and that. Like that. And that. I'm just going to show you like that. Now, so these are looking quite good. They're looking quite realistic. Two. I just want to see them first. Yeah, so I'll just hold them up to you what we've done. So the gold for the vessel, the silver for the rim and the base. Now, the next thing we're going to do is just quickly, because I know we're running out of time, but just to get, you can decorate it anyway at a later stage. So I'll just do this, but I'm just using around this amount of the black, just to give it a little bit of embellishment, black. I'm going to do 3 little balls on each of the vessels, tiny little amounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So tiny little amounts of balls, okay? You can do more at your own leisure. It's up to you. I'm just doing tiny little ones here, and I'm going to stick it on, oops, like that. Okay, stick it on like that. So we're decorating the top of it. You could decorate the actual vessel itself, but just to keep it, I'm just doing this here. So it's a goblety vessel-y thing we're making. And then I'm going to do 3 on my other side. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and I'm just going to keep that up. Yeah. Okay. So how is everybody getting on just at that stage? And yes, are the earrings suitable? Yes. So just get the little components of the earrings. So these little guys here. And then we're going to gently, firmly but fair, if you know what I mean, just nice push them in. Push them in. Don't distort the shape. So hold the goblet like that in between your hands and push in the earring. Push in the earring. Same for the other little one. Push in the earring. Push it in, push it in, push it in. Like that. Okay? So we're going to just have two little goblets with our earrings sections coming out of them. So that's was a short little one, but it was effective. And earrings, you want to go simple because it would get too complicated. We're going very small. Like that, the silver, the vessel body, and then the little rim. And then the earrings are inserted into it. So I hope you were able to follow that. And again, this is recorded. I will upload it. It takes a while now for it to be uploaded. So just bear with me if you want to recap or whatever. It'll be in the afternoon by the time I can do that. So I'm going to hold up what we made today. Little shield ring, earring. So there's the jewelry collection. So you make sure and get those insured. Yeah, because they're really expensive and exclusive, aren't they? There we go. So keep them dry. Remember, you don't be using them today or tomorrow. Wait for a few days and then they become solid. So everyone, that was good. That was good. We did a lot there, didn't we? We really did a lot. We did the little night and then our jewelry. So that was quite a busy one today, wasn't it? Well, Nuria, how are you there, Nuria and Julia in Belfast? How are you keeping? So are we happy with that? I know how long it takes. Okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, it does take a while for it to dry. So listen, that completes today, day 3 of the tutorials of the camp. So tomorrow is number 4 and we're making wands and stuff tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. Here, O'Brien, to everybody, thank you so much. And delighted that I had so many participants today. And please God, we'll see you tomorrow, all being well. Thank you so much. Thank you, lovely. Very good. I'm delighted. So if you want, if you want to play it back or whatever, if I was going too fast, I will upload it later, but it will be later. It takes time. Nothing is automatically or quick in this game. So it will be uploaded with the proper link this time sent to use. I know how to do it now. So again, thank you. I really appreciate it. And stay safe, everyone. Okay? Thank you, John and John Shields. Very good. Ali and Fano, very good. Killian, thank you from Killian. Very good. I appreciate that. Okay? All the best now. See you. Bye-bye. Anna and Killian, very good. Everyone, bye. Oh, bye, Louise. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm just going to end now. So listen, all the best. Thanks again. Bye-bye.